Take a safety by safety. Okay. Realistically, that was the last bullet. Yeah. I am dead. Yeah. It was a lot better. Close this game! You die, and then you have to restart the game. Harder.
So, is there a limit to how many body parts you can make, or are you just infinite? Well, I wouldn't say I'm infinite, but it used to be one per arm, and now I can branch off of those thanks to my quirk training. So, can you make a pillow fort, but like, arms? No. So, that's a freaking lie. I bring Tyler into this, man. Who? I saw how you teamed up with Sue and Minetta at the sports festival. With the latter, it was just a one-time attempt at a winning strategy. You like being on my team, admit it! Cool command strip, you guys hear something? Also, are we just going to ignore who Tyler is? Also, are we having an arm fort party on Shoji's back or what? I'm all in. Me too. Does the arm fort get a say in this? You refer to yourself as such, so no. Jump on it! Don't you dare. This isn't safe! We put ourselves in harm's way every day, Ida. This is tame in comparison. You know what else isn't safe? Going into Hosu City by yourself alone to commit murder. Shut it, Shoto! Oh, this is so comfy. Quite cool in here, too. Cool and manly, just like our boy Tentacle. Tentacool? Yes, Midoriya! You guys are lucky you're my friends. Someone please draw this. What? Nothing.
So what you're saying is VR reality became real? Yeah! Obviously I'm being sarcastic. Also, it's like VR chat is now reality. We don't have to talk in person. We can use VR. But this is really fun. Being serious now. Whereas like people are becoming detached, and I know that's a thing. And that's as a person who does most of his life basically being like jobs. I have two reasons for that. One, because, well, that's important for me to actually have a job. And two, I'm slowly realizing that meeting new people I find terrifying. But that's besides the point. I like Electric State because I like the fact that it shows this grittiness. I also like, because the one thing I didn't notice, because one of the characters in this, Electric State, one of them that's in, and I find this really interesting, is Chris Pratt's in this, which is this character. And I watched the film being like, wow, this is amazing. I did actually thought it was Chris Pratt. It was the most hilarious thing ever. I was like, wait, what? It's the most interesting thing ever. And really creative with the sort of tech that exists. And how some of the robots look is really fun. Definitely when you see the ones, like, people put on the headsets. And, like, you have a... It's like, I feel like that's creepy enough that, like, it works. But it's also, like... You can still see the emotion. You can still see the thing. But it still looks like... Okay, this doesn't look right. Like, this... I've been talking about, like, there's some tech... And I'm like, I wish I had. Which, I've said before about, Be More Chill's, pill. Where, like, you get an AI in your brain. And, like... It's dark, but I can see why people would want it. With this, I'm like, no, I don't want this. I don't want this. But yeah. So one of the things that is the main focus of the movie, and this part isn't the trailers, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm just going to say what I thought at first. The whole thing with this is that in this movie, a lot of the time, a lot of things with this movie what's to do with the idea that this thing here is like, I'm your brother through like these phases. And at first, I thought we were going to be like, and it was like, he's a copy of the AI, or like, he's an artificial version. Obviously, there's some point where I'm like, oh. But it's like, I thought they're gonna go that route, whereas like, they found the system and like they were able to copy and they use artificial, and I know probably not because other versions of that exists, etc, etc, etc. But I wasn't expecting, and then he became a supercomputer that makes the whole system run. I don't know if that's good, bad, or just insane. Or all three. I like it. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting. It shows why they did all of this. It makes sense emotionally with the villains. But it is insane. So yeah. I think this is really good, and I really do enjoy this, and I definitely would think that you should as well. Again, this is part of like the movie thing that I have, which is so ongoing until technically Parent Trap, which is one movie outside of it, which is really weird. And there's also a mix of Only Murders, but that's besides the point. But yeah. So I hope you enjoy, and good night. I'm back. What's the next thing I'm gonna immediately? Oh yeah, it's the sitcom thing. If I'm correct, which is I've taken the advice of what people said, which is doing like the next one being, I think it was at the time when I made the call. Big Bang Theory. So it's The Simpsons, Big Bang Theory, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, and yes, I know I'm gonna watch Bob's Burgers movies way before even any of the series. I don't think it's that gonna worry. It's just same thing with all of this. Futurama. And then American Dad would be the idea.
Alright, which one of you motherfuckers did it?
Oh, Bruce, you doing good?
Yeah, nah, shut the fuck up. Which one of you did it?
Well, that very much depends on what the fuck you're asking about. Yeah, what he said, because honestly, I've done like 6 things in the last 4 hours alone that could probably tempt that response.
Confess or I call Alfred in here and he'll make you tell me. Nah, you're bluffing. You wouldn't dare. Alfred? Me and Stephanie convinced Amy and the petting zoos were like free yard sales for barn animals. I'm sorry, you did fucking what? No, that's not it. The villains from the Silver Age that you thought disappeared didn't. I just fight them alone and don't tell you about it because I don't want you to break all of their bones. Jesus Christ, I'm not that violent, am I? A little while ago, I replaced Two-Face's coin with an identical replica that's weighted so that it will always land with the unscarred side face up. Is that why we haven't heard from him in like 3 months? I painted all of Jason's helmets blue, and I replaced all of his guns with water pistols. I replaced all of Tim's coffee with decaf. You what? Alright, enough, Jesus! I was asking which one of you told Superman that if he exposes more skin, he'll get more sun radiation. He's out there in a fucking Speedo. Oh yeah, that was me. Alright, great, come fix this. Sounds to me like there ain't a situation that needs fixing.
I don't know, he uses a bit, besides the phone, he uses all stuff a lot more aggressively. Now Homer is dead. We're gonna see we're gonna see it close. And yes, I'm gonna go past each one of the Simpsons characters. Now let's see. Bart Simpson gamble. Homer is dead, but Bart Simpson just realized, oh no, there's this casino. I just killed him. I'm gonna see if I can kill the owner and see if I can win while I'm at it. While doing double or nothing.
All you need is love and ability to not feel pain by holding this really hot pan. Yes, I know this is pencil case, just go with it. Yeah, that's a weird intro, but I do this all the time. Anyway, Novocaine. As you can tell, this is in cinemas, so I don't have an image. A lot of it's like, here's Nitsy Plus, here's Netflix, here's the BBC. It's like a lot of like, this, that. I don't know how I'm gonna get into this. Like, in the thing, like, I will eventually review this in like 10 days or so. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I most likely will just like take a picture in real life, or I'll just go to this. I don't know, that's besides the point. But with this, I like it. I saw it, and I saw Straw Hat Goofy talk really, that this is really good. And also there's where he reviews the two people. Also, I didn't know this not until I watched this, but until I watched him talk to the two actors. He's the protagonist of this is the same one from The Boys, and I didn't know that. That's not really major news, but it's one of those things that I didn't notice, and I'm like, how did I not see this coming? How did I not see this? So yeah, it's insane, it's amazing, yeah. But it's one of those things it's amazing, I love, and overall it's just exciting. It's just something fun, yeah. I don't know why I'm saying it weirdly, but this is just exciting with the action. So let's move on. The one thing which I like is because how the trailer shows it is this guy falls in love with this girl and he tries to find her. And what it seems like is sort of like what Taken is in films like that, whereas like one person goes and saves the other. And I like that. I like it as an idea, as a concept, as an overall feeling. And I find it really interesting because of that. But the one other thing which I find interesting is, instead of doing what most films might have done, where they're like, it's like, at the end point where it reveals it to the protagonist, and it's like, oh, by the way, here's something you didn't know, and then we're all shocked. It's revealed way earlier. It's like, oh yeah, you were part of his plan. You know about this. And like, etc., etc. I'm like, because we're going through the film being like, oh, I love her. I'm doing this for her. Etc., etc. I'm like, so she's not in danger. And you're hurting yourself. Well, you're not. Well, you're damaging. I don't know if hurt implies pain. I don't know. But you're doing this in a way she's not in danger though, and I find it really like interesting it's not even on retrospect. You're watching the guy go through this for someone who is part of a plan and is not in danger. But I find that interesting how we know, but he doesn't know, and I find that a fun aspect. It doesn't make it bad. I sound like I'm saying it badly, but like I like the idea that we know, but he doesn't know, and it makes it more like intense. Like he's doing all of this for something that we know. Like you find out later that like, yeah, she did love him in that sort of way and did have huge respect, but for one reason or another did this action to get them this money. and I think you can tell the reason. But I just like the idea that like we know. Again, rambling. I'll stop it there, but it is fun for that. So yeah, alongside showing, because I don't know if this is an actual thing. I know Not Feeling Pain is an actual thing, but I don't know if it's called this or not. I find it really interesting. It's also extremely gory because of that, and that I find is interesting. It's like showing like, yeah, if you actually be a hero and fighting crime, you won't end up clean. You will end up with a lot of bruises and injuries, and you will have, like, if this guy did not have pain, he will be in a lot of pain. But yeah, I find it interesting. Like, here's what it would actually look like. But yeah, I hope you enjoy, and good night. Yeah, I'm finally doing this. Yeah. And as for custom for me doing this for a couple of things and using these to make notes and updates, I think I mentioned before, there's plans of like me moving, which means eventually there'll be another break, and I will figure out how that will work. Hopefully it won't work before the 17th of August, and then I can just figure it out. There'll be probably like a lot of like 2 sets of 10 days and like a lot of that stuff. But that's gonna be no, my foot. Shoot my foot. That will come when that will come. I can't really do anything right now about it, but the update, which might be like moved back a bit, is that I found a lot of DVDs, and some of these I'm rewatching and reviewing, but I'm gonna watch a couple of these movies and review them. That's really it. I'm actually bored, and I'm actually done. Oh no, my thing was off. Anyway, I'm just going to tell you what I said before. Okay, now I know that's working. It was basically Bart Simpson had a thing with ADHD tablets, and it was basically, oh, if ADHD tablets work that easily, if ADHD tablets allow you to focus quickly, it would be really useful. And that would be, like, really easy to, like, focus. I would love that. I would also like to point out...
We back into the game with the night shift memes. Let's go. God damn, we ain't got shit in the fridge. Looks like a struggle meal tonight, boys. Struggle meal, huh? I got you, fam. Here, try this. Oh shit, fam. Good luck, stack. What is this? What, this? That's traditional food where I'm from. But it's empty. Dreams for dinner, bitch. Maybe now you'll understand what the fuck struggle means. Elephants have a weak spine which is not suitable for carrying people. Humans. You're looking at Link. I think my boy Link here has been spending too much time in the mountains. That's one too many shrooms, my dude. Stop saying that Australia is not normal. It's a country like any other. Meanwhile, in Australia, excuse me? The fuck am I looking at here exactly? What? I honestly can't decide if I want to run or cuddle it. Imagine all the little toe beans. So all these kids are excited for their dance lesson? This child is my spirit animal. To you, lady. To you.
He's lost. Oh, that was not good. That was not good. Live round next. Live round next. I got. Yeah, I kind of thought about that. I thought I was going to do a live round. Don't know why. Legitimately, actually don't have a reason why. Bot wins. I didn't have used the mobile phone button for what I needed it. Ooh, Rambleizer.
And now the final chapter of this. I know we usually find intro, but yeah. So, Alien Romulus is the reason why I did any of this. And why I, did the reviews on, The Predator, why I watched Prey. Actually, no, I think Prey was one of the other reasons. Those two movies were the reason why I watched any of them. But this is the one that I wanted to watch, and then I found this existing, and those two became, two of the things why I wanted to watch the franchise. And I like it. I find it's a lot more quieter than some of the others, and I do like the sort of they have a synth, and you have one that we've had a lot that's looks so human that you can't tell if it's ever human or not. But you can also have this one that's you might be is it? It's oh yeah, that's a synth, because it hasn't learned as much, which I find exciting. I also like the ideas that they suggest in this, which is really interesting. But the action near the end and the intensity near the beginning is something really interesting. Well, some people it's tried to be, if you know the original Alien, try to be both alien and aliens. Which, I get why that's an insult. Alien is really good because it's intense. It's a little bit patient and a little bit more drawn out. And also, not as long as films nowadays, but that's not the point that they're trying to make. But it's slow, methodical. But Aliens is a lot more action-packed, a lot more action-oriented. And they're trying to do both. Which I'm fine with, compared to some of the other ones. I feel like it's pretty good. If I had to put the thing in a hierarchy, I would still put it below Alien and Aliens. I would say those are 1 and 2, but not Alien as 1 and Aliens as 2. It would be Aliens as 2 and Alien as 1. Or maybe both in the same row. I don't know. But both Alien and Aliens will be below this. But I'm pretty sure this is pretty good compared to the other Aliens. And I'm not including Alien vs Predator because I consider that somewhat a separate franchise. I only put it in the same order because I thought that might impact stuff in the continuity. I think I've said that before. But yeah. With the spoilers that I think I am going to say this in a review, and I'm going to keep it. I constantly want to be the one thing, but it's not the one thing. So I'm trying to not say that because that's not. I keep just going this thing and then this thing. Anyway, one of the things that I'm going to change to that because I think it's better. One of the things I think will be better with this is I like the idea of it because in the other couple of ones Prometheus and I think the last one with this was also a similar idea. I like the idea this and a bit better, where they're seeing them being trying to merge alien and humans together, being humans weren't built for space travel, which if you look at human biology, they weren't. And they're trying to create a human alien hybrid, which that is so dark. But I like how they react. It's what? It is insane. But I feel that's why it's really good because of that. Because it seems so... And that, someone's oh yeah, this makes sense. It's no. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's process this a bit more. But yeah, I do love this. I do really... Not love, but actually love this. Because I do think they could have picked 1 to 2, but because I liked both Alien and Aliens, I'm fine. I'm mostly fine with it flip-flopping between the two. because I like the idea of ever heisting the ship, which I don't think the others have done. You've had people check planets through aliens, just basic spaceship and just protection, analyzing. And I like the idea that they go into this place not knowing the danger that they're about to go into, alongside slowly revealing what's happened. And the effed up stuff I've said about like the human alien fusion, which is effed up. But I enjoy it because it's effed up. So yeah, it's just insane and fun because of that. So I hope you enjoy and good night.
Yay. And quickly, here. I just wanted to make this announcement even though it was stupid. I try not make these lists because it shows. But yeah, I showed this on the recent Cuphead, but that's not going to do it until like... I think it's on May? But besides the point. And yes, I know this is weird, stupid, but let's carry on like I know what I'm doing and aren't insane. But again, this is just the order of areas I'm going to. Obviously, there'll be some changes every so often. Like, let's say, for some reason, I beat Grim Matchstick in a specific match. Or, like, I do what I needed to do in Treetop, which is basically get it perfect. Which I highly doubt. Definitely not in this match. Definitely not in this time. It means eventually, Funhouse will go below. Funhouse Frazzle will go below Funfair Fever. And it'll just continue. And let's say I just beat. So I'm gonna actually do this. Through all your battles and all my rhymes, you have failed and perished 302 times. I'm gonna give it one attempt. That.
Here comes a spooky bunch. Hey, Dawn!
Okay, let's see if I can focus on desert. See if I can. Ugh. It's like, that would be really useful for me to have. Too bad I don't have it. Well, you can buy it. I would... Okay.
What does it sound like? I'm ordering pizza? Because if that's the case, I would like a pepperoni. What about... I think like my friend would want like a cheese. So yeah, two things. Three things. One, yes, new gloves. I've said that it's in the main thing, but this side of the glove is not exactly good. So these are going to rest. Doggone, I'm definitely going to keep them and see if I can get another pair like it. Because when I keep spending down, I don't think that's useful. I'm not going to get this exact pair again. I'm just going to get like some sort of like fingerless leather gloves that actually fit me. Besides the point. The other thing, actually it's probably back to 2 now. I'm a bit weird. Yes, if you see this on YouTube, yes. I'm one of those people. Is this on? Yes, it's on. I'm one of those people. This will be under Christmas. Yes, I know it's March. I don't get. I want to watch Die Hard, and the third thing, actually, the reason why I haven't watched Die Hard for a while is because it's a Christmas film, can't watch a Christmas film, but when it's Christmas time, I watch stuff that is more Christmas film that even I would say Die Hard is. Again, I would be someone who would say Die Hard is a Christmas film, and I fully would stand by it. But I would say that, like, Scrooge and this and that, those are more Christmassy compared to Die Hard. So, even though this will be on a Christmas film, the reason I haven't watched them for a while was because can't watch it because of Christmas. Turns Christmas, forgets that this exists. So, yeah. But I have watched it. And besides the quote that I just mentioned, which I like, other stuff I like about this is the action and the sort of like funness of it. And watching other stuff where it's like, and this is obviously a bit different for me because seeing, like, I think it's Bruce Willis in an action film, it's like, oh yeah, I've seen that. But I know at the time he wasn't, like, as big of an action star, so, like, I know I'm not going to get that, but I do love him in this position. But I need to do this whole thing, but one of the things I feel like is really fun and creative in this is sort of like, there's one moment where they see each other and they're sort of like trying to figure out who's who. That moment of being like giving the gun and do this. Yes, I've heard it before and I have seen that moment before, but actually seeing it is like really intense and sort of like, wait, what's actually happening? And doing this is really fun. I also like when like you have the interaction, because for the longest time you have Earl, but there's more actual other cops. Obviously, Bruce Willis is a cop, but more not from that specific place. But down the ground, you do actually get other cops. And I'm like, I didn't thought that was a thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being an idiot. I do love this film, and I do find this insanely fun to watch. So yeah, definitely go and watch it. It is fun. And yeah, I'm so counting against the Christmas movie. I don't care. You can sue me if you want to, but I don't care. Also, I just realized I keep looking at my screen, but it makes it look off-putting. But that's besides the point, because I can't look here. Because I'm always trying to make sure that, like, it looks good. And maybe that's just bad, but that's besides the point. So I hope you enjoy, and good night.
I'm gonna take a cat. That was lucky. And good timing with equipment. Yes. Yeah. Nice. Stealing. Oh. Yeah, 44. Who that? That's a healing. For leading. You have to give me a sacrifice of 9 million souls. Good luck trying to find 9 billion. So, I have certain plans for my Patreon, which essentially means I'll upload. I know it's not looking great. It still says tomorrow airing for like the year. But for the time being, besides a couple of question marks for like what the title exactly will be called, I'm going to sort of have like, oh, here's the plan for 2026. Here's the plan for 2025. You can't really see 2026 plan because 2026 plan, my gloves on. 26 plan is sort of planned to be released in December, at least for Patreon. You might be able to see the first couple of them, but the rest will be sort of like covered by my Patreon. But then at the end I did. But as a result of all of that, yeah, I am going to carry on moving while I talk. I have just interesting. Anyway, I have overall created moved forward in a lot of episodes. For instance, I was just in season 10 area of it, and now I just need to turn this on so I can actually hear this to make sure this is not too loud. So, as a result, I'm near finishing. Okay, I can't actually hear it. I'm going to turn it up a bit more. Doing the same thing I do. Yes. I would like to point out, I don't think that's how ADHD. I'm gonna wait until Bart's like, this has all been a scam, because ADHD tablets don't make you that productive. Because this sounds too good to be true. ADHD allows me to focus. It doesn't. And I would like to point out, if that's the case, that's because some people don't like ADHD tablets because there is some personal, I think, side effects to it, to some. Mine's, I don't think, have too much. Allows me to be more focused, but not too much. I feel like... but being like, if you don't want to be medicated, which is a choice, it is a thing that you can.
Am I next? Is it me or is it them? Is it me? Am I gonna die? No, probably not. So, I love this franchise, and the fact that I feel like there's news of season 4. I'm not going to say why, but there's people announcing season 4. So, that's exciting. I like that. I think that's hopeful to look forward to. But with this season, I like the idea that it sort of looks like at first that the person is going to die because of like the main podcast, and then you get these like small bits of weirdness within the first one. But I like how it turns out it is completely different. So because of that, obviously, this section is going to be a little bit less shorter, and the spoiler is going to be longer, definitely longer. But so the one thing about this is that a lot of it deals with stunt doubles, and I like it because I find like a lot of the story is how do people use themselves to create a story, right? And a lot of action films, drama films, detective films in that sort of regard have stunt doubles. That is going to be a thing that is going to be used, right? Stunt doubles are going to be needed in stunt films. That's kind of what it is. And I like the fact that when one person was like, oh, I've got this writing down and I want to, by the way, spoilers for the murder's victim, for the murder's reasons. It's, oh, I've been focusing on the story, and he could have been like a friend, but because he was so focused on his story, he didn't. And I find it really dark. So much. But I like the idea of how they're like, first time, but I've been trying, and I find it interesting. There's some things that may happen, or may have something, because we still have the note that they brought back up again, and the dog, which we don't know about. Again, they brought back up, don't know what that is about, but I'm going to be interested to see what it is eventually. So yeah, but that would be an area that would be something that I feel like would be where I want to think what's going to happen. But yeah, overall, I think this is going to be really exciting going forward, because like one thing that's happened is the bellboy, the person who was in another person, because like season 1 and season 2, we kind of knew who's going to die because those two are going to be connected. Also, I think I selected the wrong season because it technically is season 4, not season 3. No, that's on season 1 anyway. That completely doesn't matter. So season 1 and season 2 were kind of connected because season 2's deaths is in the beginning of season 1. Yet they go back to this other murder that got them connected, and then do the first death in season 2. So you kind of already knew about those two. And season 3 kind of already had a death that was unconnected to most of the other group. Like, here's another character, and then they die. But season 4 is the first one that's had a death throughout all 4 seasons beforehand, which is really interesting. But season 5 does it again. What the? And I find it interesting because of that. So yeah. So I hope you enjoy, and good night.
Like if Montero, Call Me By Your Name, was a Christian song.
Yeah, I'm gonna spare you from hearing the song because yes, it is exactly as bad as you think it is. She took a song that was about battling religious oppression and changed the lyrics to make it celebrate that very oppression. I'm not surprised though, because this is what American evangelical Christianity teaches us. Not only that Christianity is the right and only path to salvation, but that everything should center around Christianity. Fundamentalism does not care about respect. It's why so many white evangelical Christians have absolutely no problem appropriating from other cultures. And of course now she's making multiple videos crying, saying that she's receiving hate and trying to make herself the victim. Listen, if certain people are saying hateful, hurtful things, they need to stop. Nobody should be threatening her. Nobody should be doing anything that crosses a line. But criticism is not hate. She's uncomfortable and doesn't know how to deal with that. I'm gonna make a part 2 because I noticed something about her page.
Book 11. Again, I haven't read this in a while, and it deals with the sort of like heist and the slow reveal that someone else is maybe involved in a little bit of a blackmail scheme, and figuring out who it is, what it is, and all that stuff is really fun, and I like it. But again, I've also mentioned about the two sides having more odd number on Moriarty's side. It still works and it's just fun. So yeah. And the reason why I'm doing this, when I said I was going to do my I'm going to stay first, is because I've been moving forward the playlist a bit. So technically speaking, also I really wish, can I actually, I might actually go through YouTube Studios. Season this, and it was like, yeah, probably. I highly doubt, because I feel like realistically Shoot for tires. It's like that. I love how confident the police are. Where it's like, shoot for tires. It's like, excuse me, I would like to point out it's a tank. It's like, I'm tired of your incompetence. Like, well, I can't do anything. There are no wheels. What do you expect me to do? We will die. And that is it. I love it with this game. If I die. Yeah. So yeah. That's hard. But very fun. So I hope you enjoy it. And good night.
Okay, I thought I actually had sound. I have an edit that I could use. But yeah, 1 minute, because this is sort of like a documentary. And I like this because it sort of talks about... Because YouTube is a thing now. It's like one of the funnest things that I watched in an episode of Simpsons, which is from a while back, but I'm watching it now, where someone was like, I'm an online creator. When nowadays you're like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. Or like, yeah, I'm someone who works on Twitch. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what the shorthand for like Twitch is. Like... No, probably not that. Anyway. But I find this really interesting because it shows how it got created, how it built, how it gained. And I find that interesting and very exciting in that way. So this is one of the things I'm like, yes, this is fun. There's obviously these, which I'm going to get to eventually, like the 2000s and the 90s. And I think there's another one. But overall, this is really fun and exciting. So I hope you enjoy and I recorded this on my phone, and I had a glitch, which is fitting for me. Everything has a glitch, I don't know. So, there's going to be a bit of a change, because overall, I got this. So, you see this jacket? This is sort of like my identity on TikTok, it's changing. I'm not going. I'm doing one of those, like, Darcy games, sort of things, where, like, this, I can't do. So what's going to happen is I'm going to stop the mask stuff. I like doing it, but I want to change it up. So I'm going to do sort of reviews. That's going to stay. I love doing that. And that's going to go onto YouTube and TikTok. Why am I continuing to do that is because, one, the format of TikTok I like. It will mean that this iPad I'm currently recording on has no use. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I've still got a couple of things I need to do first before I do that. Because I'm going to do the last sort of like hurrah for TikTok. The final goodbye. Because I feel like that's fitting. So that would be this week. Because I'm not going to make any more TikToks. I am still going to do reviews. That's still going to happen. Yeah. But... overall, I might actually keep it for that and then do here's what I do and then do that and that will be a lot less. Which will realistically be fun, but that's another thing for another day. Overall, Cuphead, Balatro, Buckshot Roulette, FNAF, and Plague Inc. will be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, respectively. Nothing on Saturday and Sunday because I need Sundays off. And then highlights as normal, everything else as normal, Combined will be still happening, but it will be sort of like going back. So it'll be like Cuphead on Monday, Cuphead highlights on Tuesday, and then obviously if there's a combined, it'll be on Wednesday. Also, eventually, if I succeed so much, I have Electro or FNAF or this like FNAF 4040, Buckshot Roulette. I don't actually know. Maybe that will be a bit less. I don't know what that would be. Cuphead, all contracts S+, A+, S+, everything plus, including all of that stuff. Again, it's just going to be a change. It's going to be a bit different, and it's going to be a bit weirder. But overall, that's the overall idea. Reviews will still happen. I don't know why I keep looking at my phone. Phone's down here, it's not going to do anything. But, yeah. I'm sorry. This is just something that I felt like I needed to do. So, yeah. Cheers. And, one final time, I hope you enjoy this video, and good night.
Bullshit. No, seriously, that's how it happened. Hey guys, what's up? What are you talking about? Hey Clark, it's nothing. Flash just doesn't want to tell me how he got his powers. That is not true. I did tell you my origin, you just don't fucking believe me. Well, what did you tell him? I was working as a chemist and I went into my office for some late night study. And I went to go and grab a chemical for an experiment. Okay, now listen to this part. And I knocked over the shelf containing every single chemical known to science and was hit by lightning at the same time. I don't see what's so hard to believe about that. Look, dude, if you don't want to tell me, just say that. No, dude, I can hear his heartbeat. He's telling the truth. Oh, fuck off. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Then how did Kid Flash get his powers? Oh, literally the exact same way. So, hold on, let me get this straight. Alright. You were both hit by lightning coincidentally after knocking over the same shelf containing every single chemical known to science? Yep. And out of that random assortment of chemicals, you were both covered in the exact same chemicals to cause super speed? I don't see what's so hard to believe about that. What?
I'm here. And yeah. This is, again, more of the mystery of, like, the blackmailer. That ends up with, if you know the TV series, mild spoilers is, I think, the only one that will probably have it. His death. Like, the blackmailer's death. Which I think is fun. But again, because I don't usually read, I am going back into reading because I'm going back into it. I don't do... I think it's book talk, but I bought this because someone recommended it, so that's why I'm making a thing. Also, yeah, my Dragon Lost win. It matches book 12, Sherlock side, which is fun. But yeah, I like it. I'm excited about what I'm currently reading, but that was really good. I love the Moriarty books, that's all I'm saying. Okay, I need to go to map because apparently I can't switch. And I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, I was about to be like... Okay. Ritalin. I think Ritalin's an ADHD tablet. Ritalin. As you can probably tell, welcome to me dying a lot. Yay. Let's join. Okay. I'm also just going to put a movie on. Yeah. A lot of these first streams are downloading the game. Also, I'm going to go nowhere near to doing all of this. Also, I'm going to just pause that because I can't deal with this. Nowhere near to all 20. My plan will be doing something like the first 4 on like 5. And getting used to it. Oh.
Yeah, I know I'm doing this. Who lives in the pineapple and the sea? I regret nothing. So yeah, this is the first one that I'm recording this, and I'm not streaming. And the first one that I'm not really. I don't have the red jacket. Like I said, I'm gonna be a bit more casual with these, and I am gonna talk about things I like watching because I am. This is less so because I've said this before in the last couple of them, but this one is a bit of a. I watched The Simpsons. I watched a couple of movies while I was on holiday. So we have this. And this came up on Netflix and I added it. So this is one of the ones that I was going to watch anyway, but it was going to be like probably later. I'm going to push it off. And if it fell off Netflix, I'm like, But I was like, do you know what? Why not? I'm going to watch it. It's fun. It's chaotic as hell, but it's fun. It is absolutely fun for what it is. I'm not regretting it. I don't think it's bad. It's just fun. It's not bad. Also, I love Ez's mic and I'm not using it. I probably might use it somehow because I can actually use it, and I might try and see if I can connect this to my iPad. It means I might need to move this around, but that's besides the point. I might actually try also use this, but I don't know how to connect it to, because I know I've got this. But I might need to do a bunch of things with it. That's besides the point. That's the wrong topic. The reason why I'm saying this is because I think this is fun. I think this is really creative. But yeah, the one thing I do love, I don't know how canon it is to his actual backstory, but I do love the chaoticness of the relationship. It is fun, and it is, I also love about, like, the free heads, like, I also love how it is really interesting and her plan, and I love how she's like, oh, it has to be my way because I say so. It's like, for fuck's sake. But yeah, there's nothing much to say, it's just fun. So yeah, I could say this a lot. I also like the idea that it is a potato, which you can actually do. You can actually, I've heard you can actually make, fun fact, you can actually use a potato as a battery. I don't know how, I'm not a smart person. Go ask someone else who actually is smart and actually knows how this works, because I don't, to be completely frank, so don't ask me. But I do think it's fun, and I do think it's insane, and I would recommend it. So I hope you enjoy, and good night.
First rule of writing a song for TikTok: it can't be very long. Get all the best bits in less than a minute, and prepare yourself for a chorus of comments asking, where's the full song? The second rule of writing a song for TikTok is TikTok's like a robot without taste. Your worst work will do best. That jingle you'll never finish is hit with a chorus of comments asking, where's the full song? The third rule of writing a song for TikTok is that there are no rules. Be kind and have fun. The magic's just begun of being bombarded with, where's the full song?
Oh, yay! Victory! Yeah, surprisingly. I have invincibility. I'm not gonna go back. I thought realistically this could happen. Obviously, at a certain point, I'm gonna need to go down that way. Also, I find it funny that I created this pathway. I was like, you could really tell when there's like multiple ways to get to stuff. Oh, wait, where does this take me?
So, it is an ADHD tablet, and the reason why I know it is because if I'm correct, that was, I don't know why I searched it, I just basically searched for ADHD. It was like, yeah, it's an ADHD tablet. Oh, good, it confirms what I literally went through, which was me who had ADHD, basically having ADHD, having ADHD tablets.
I hate you! I hate you! Shut up! Jesus, no, I hate you! Okay, this is way low. Okay, let me just look at... That's gonna be me for the next... I'm gonna put all the piece of four. I was like, what's happening? What do you mean? And then I go, okay. Once upon a... Well, it probably isn't that old. So that's besides the point, but once upon a time... Yeah. So, when I was merging it without, having the DVDs, I wanted to watch... Oops, shoot, that probably isn't good. That definitely isn't good. I have 2 hairsprays. Besides the point. When I had... I'm just going to keep this here. When I did that, and I was fusing something else with Die Hard, which is going to be a while, I'm holding it, don't worry about it. I put Parent Trap, because it's 2 Parent Traps, and why not? So this is good. I would say at this current point, I have actually watched the other Parent Trap, which came from 1998. You can tell this one's made in 1961, and it's good. It's fine. Nothing much else to it. Besides, I think 1998 is better. But again, I don't feel like I can go into that one because that's not for this video. So, yeah. The only thing which I would say is, compared to now, it's not fast, but it feels fast, if you know what I mean. It just feels... That's not a bad thing. It feels like it's doing it in a faster flow. It's not fast, per se, but it is going along with it at a faster speed, if you get what I... Anyway, it is going with that sort of, like, speed of it. Again, I know I'm saying it weirdly, but that's sort of, like, good speed. Where it has a good flow, but it has sort of a good pace. Which is weird for more old film. You think they'll be more slower, but... But again, this exists. I only put it on because I wanted to mix some things together. And I was like, what movie franchise is on Disney Plus? And it's like Parent Trap.
So I'm guessing watching this, and by the time I changed the plan to the DVDs, I already watched the first one. And because I knew the second one existed, I can't do anything now. But yeah. So I hope you enjoy, and good night.
As if Canadians didn't have enough to worry about. Jesus, Goose.
Excuse me? Now they gotta have cheat codes too? Why is that a thing? I pray that goose ain't using chakra to do that shit. Next thing you know, you're just walking to your car. There's a fucking goose. And you're like, fuck off, goose. Now he's on you. And now you're running. You dip around a couple corners trying to break line of sight. Just when you think you're safe. Shadow clone goose. Fucking everywhere. He led your ass into a trap and you fell for it.
Oh, wait. Where does this take me? Does this take me away? Oh, yeah! I can avoid doing... Okay, I don't know how. The amount of so we've got 3 more. Which one's gonna appear first? I feel like it's gonna be this one. I love it, that, I barely had time, that, these are just still sending over, we're sending them over. That was 3. That were already, it was we're nearly there, we're done. Now, this was a waste of time. Okay, so basically change the music, keep it on current toxic code. Okay, so power, silent, healer. I am going to die. Okay. Welcome to my death. And now I will. Never mind. That didn't work. So yeah, just give me a second. I like the show, but again, it's one of the more shorter ones. Whereas it's gonna be, this exists. It's cool. Watch it. There's nothing really much else to it. It's just insane madness. In the best way possible. In the legitimately best way possible. So, that is one thing. Which is... Here. This is sort of cool, in my opinion. And I like it. And I find it fun. I also like the idea that it's I was an assassin. But now, I run this convenience shop. And that's fun. I also like how other characters come in. Which, I love who's in this because their personalities sort of mesh well together. And I find it really fun. So yeah.
one of the things I definitely say is one of my favorite parts. There's two actually. But my one favorite one is the casino thing, because how that works and how that affects the characters I find really fun in that sort of way. I also enjoy the sort of like person who could use like the when he does become like an ally later on, like when he's sort of like an antagonist, like, because like his thing with like the twisting bows and everyone like looking down at him because of that, and him being able to use that, and he's like, yeah, that's cool, and like someone actually being like, yeah. I also find his character one of the best, not the best, but one of the best. So yeah, I do recommend you watch this. I do find it fun, and I do enjoy it. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy it, and good night.
Bibbidi bobbidi. We back at it again with the night shift memes. Let's go. Ethan, do you think I'm a bad mother? My name's Jake. Well, that answers that, doesn't it? Name a character that's been through more pain than her. I'll wait. I just sat on my testicles so hard that I fainted. Dear Lord, I'm just gonna give him the win because I feel bad. He's gonna be having flashbacks every time he even thinks of sitting down. Humans. Please, God, let 2021 be a good one. See, I told you they were still alive. You owe me $20.
Here, just take my money.
The recipe said 2 eggs, but that didn't seem like enough to cover the whole cake, so I improvised. Wait, cover? What the the fuck is this abomination? It's 2 eggs to mix into the batter, not fucking frosting! So who the fuck is the poor soul that ate some? You're about to have a bad time in the bathroom. Never mind explosive diarrhea, that mofo's gonna levitate. It is never okay for men to give CPR to an unconscious woman. Shit, it works for me. I ain't trying to get COVID anyway. Just gonna go ahead and dial 911 and hope they get here before you did. Oh damn, I don't think they're gonna make it. This is why you're supposed to chew your food, Karen.
I was like, if he was so smart, how is he dead? Because that's mortality. People die. That's just mortifying. That was you.
Oh, Jesus. I know how much you like to fight, so I'll add a new problem to your night.
Oh, no. Okay,
John, the bird likes you, so I'll do ye a favor.
Okay. Jesus. Okay. Oh. Oh, great.
I'm going to another world to fix the accounting problem. Like, I really need to fix the bugs. So yeah, again, another anime where it's, this guy goes to another world. And yes, I'm not wearing a jumper, but besides the point. This guy goes to another world. And the one thing which I like about this is he doesn't go to another world and then it's like, and now powers. It's like, he sort of like does business deals and accounting, and I love it. I love how interesting that is as an idea. To be like, oh, I'm going to another world, but instead of like doing these big things with this or that, he does sort of like this banking stuff where like he thinks about like where the money is going, where the resources are going, how to make agreements between different parties, how to figure out what's happening. And I love that as an idea. It's really fun. The one thing which I like, and this is an absolute spoiler to the very end, not any of the story parts, but like the emotional parts. The one thing that you have these other like 4 legions, 4 main people who are in charge. At first there was like 3, and with him coming in, he's the 4th, right? And at a certain point, it's like, oh, and now you're in charge. Now you're like the leader of it. We want to make you a king of a country, right? And I find that interesting. But the one thing I love is throughout the last episode, it's like, these people are like, yeah, you did so much, and I'm inspired by you to like do more stuff, to try and do more, to improve more in these areas. But he looks at them being inspired by him, who he doesn't think he's like worth anything. It's like, I inspired them somehow, I don't know how, to actually do more, and now I'm inspired them, and I like that. I like that sort of like idea, because like you might not believe that, but it might inspire someone else, and then you might be inspired by them, and I find that interesting as an idea. I know it's weird, but that's one of the things I just love as the overall way that is. So yeah. But yeah, this is really good. I really love it, and I definitely 100% recommend for you to watch it. So I hope you enjoy, and good night.
Kinda sus, Fuzz. How is that sus?
Because red is sus. Oh. I was like, we have a certain percentage that is paid, but I'm still hung up by that. Like, it's probably true that some people go around with that, because there's certain, like, things that you do with, like, food, and there's, like, there's certain legalities, and it's like, are you absolutely kidding me? I'm slowly realizing how this works. Okay. So don't look at the ventilations.
So, with this is The Simpsons. And there might be a couple more back-to-back of these. I don't know. This is just a fun thing. But here's a thing that I do like about this at this point is I'm actually getting, not like as in the show, but like as in how I'm doing it, I'm actually getting to the point that when I originally watched it, I'm watching certain episodes that I have watched. And watching them in sort of a way that's like, oh, I've seen this episode before, and I've seen that, and I'm like, oh, I've seen these episodes, and all of these having these sort of, like, elements, like, I've seen them. I know, like, what happens. I also like the sort of behind the laughter is the funniest thing ever, because it's sort of like, oh yeah, none of this is real, and something, and etc, etc, etc. It's very weird in a stupid yet very funny way. It also deals with, if I'm correct, Ned Flanders' wife dying. If it's sort of like the group that I'm having it in, it's sort of having that happen. So yeah. I love how I'm like, and you? It's like, yeah, and like that, I know why that happened, the behind the scenes, but I'm not going to like go to the show and be like, now here's why the producers are. Because one, I'm like 50 years late. Like maybe I will talk about it. Like I did the same thing with Mufasa, but like, and two, I feel like that topic of like what happened to the voice actor there has been talked about, and has been talked about definitely by people who can do a better job at what actually happened. So I'm not going to comment about like, oh, and this, and then that. Because, one, I don't truly know what did happen. I know they were trying to underpay the voice actors, but that's truly it. And that's, like, pay voice actor what they truly are deserved. But I don't know full details about it. But I did know how they dealt with it was, how I see it, not really the best. But it is something interesting overall, in general. I do think it is bad, but again, there are better videos that talk about more detail, so go there. But I do find this interesting, because it's getting into how I remember The Simpsons was. Again, there are certain episodes that I used to watch, and now I'm like, oh yeah, I watched this before.
I was busy thinking about.
So that video asks a very valid question. How were dams built? And in classic Gen Z fashion, the comments are hilarious. I compiled a nice list of some of my favorites, and I'm gonna share them with you. They just pause it. Duh, they tell the water to stop. They ask Moana to stop it for a while. It's confirmed that the government is hiding Moses, or alternatively, they asked Moses for help. They use sponge block. Maybe they have a titan inside the wall. The fishies build under the sea. They do it when the river is sleeping. Waterbenders, duh. They don't, they're just born like that. Obviously they build a dam behind the other dam, then they destroy the old dam. I'm gonna have to make a part 2.
Okay, I actually have done this.
whereas like certain companies will be like, oh, there's a certain percentage of recycled paper. Yeah, what is that? 0. It is a percentage. Yeah. I think legally, I don't know if you could put 0 as a percent, because a percent, you could, I think, legally put, I think that would count as like suing based on like legal, like by being missold a product, because by definition of a percentage, you can make the argument that it's like you can claim that, like, by you saying 8% is at least more than 1%, by 0% you could claim it is a Oh, there it is. There's the figurine. Okay, it's Foxy here.
Jar, the bird likes you, so I'll do ye a favor.
So yeah, this is one of the first ones of these, and there's going to be a couple of which is just 1 minute, because I've said there's also one I've skipped because I don't have the DVD for, I think, 1914. But besides that, this is just a sort of a old war documentary. It's not bad. I'm not saying that entirely. It's just that, just a documentary that's fun and interesting. I don't know why I have this. I just do. And it is sort of like a film, so I am technically counting it. But it is just a fun sort of like history thing. I don't know how many people have got stuff like this. I don't know, I've got quite a bit. I'm even watching tomorrow another one, but this is just fun and entertaining. I definitely recommend to watch. But I don't think you can find it. It is fun. So yeah. I hope you enjoy it, and good night. Yeah, there wasn't much to this, but yeah.
So this idea came from a person on Twitch. It is a murder mystery, but I'm the one who's dead. So I am dead, but I'm gonna reveal the killer after. So who found my body? Aw, Jiro, who is just absolutely heartbreakingly devastated that I'm gone. Sarah, I literally don't see enough of Sarah. That actually kind of makes me happy. And who is secretly, not so secretly, happy that I'm out of the picture. Bro, my death will be avenged because this person is detective. Yeah. Fine, I'll take it. Now, Bakugo being Bakugo, he doesn't waste no time, so who does he blame? I mean, I see it. So Mineta is the one getting blamed, but somehow they end up in jail. He literally wasn't in the picture. So the case is closed, but this is who really killed me. Oh!
I don't need it. Yeah, it's just starting season 12. Is there a chance that theoretically... Oh, why do I keep doing that? I'm going to be here. I'm going to do this. I'm back. I'm here.
yeah, we're gonna do some Balatro. I was doing some baking, so yeah. Let's do some Balatro. Let's do some Balatro. I need to first check the sound though. Because okay, let's get this up. I need to just get this up. Also, luckily, you don't need to deal with me downloading it for the first bit, because the first bit for like... Let's try 30. 30 should be enough. I will die. I've only got like 40% left.
Jar, the bird likes you, so I'll do ye a favor.
Yeah. And now I'm dead. I don't know where I'm gonna get a screenshot, but I am going to get a screenshot. Or maybe not. Jesus, oh, that sounds horrible. That just sounds gross. Oh, man. He doesn't care. Dun, dun, dun.
Before I do this is very bad and very cheesy, and I don't care. We're all in this together. Yeah. I did this because wolves are pack animals. No other reason, literally none. It's not even a story reason. I just did it for jokes. Yeah. I like this. It's a very fun, interesting story about, like, having these people with, like, because before we say this, Wolf King, the idea of, like, people turning into wolves, I don't need to tell you that that's a common phenomenon in, like, fiction work, because that's essentially werewolves. That's what you get when you, like, be like, describe a werewolf. A man turned to a wolf, and, like, that's it. But the one thing that I like is that instead of just being like, and that's it, that's the story done. We've done writing, and we're all gonna go home now. We're all gonna go home. We don't need to do anything else. Don't know why we're all here, but I like the idea that they've got other animals, and with those other animals comes like interesting designs, interesting like battles, and it's a really fun idea. That it starts off with like the wolves, one creature that you would traditionally have as werewolves. I know there are a couple others, but in media they are seen as like one of the biggest turning into animals, and I find it interesting that they were taken down, and lions, who are seen in other media as pretty chill, were like, nah, we deserve power. But I do know Pride has a connection with Lion through Seven Deadly Sins and other stuff, but I like that idea. So yeah. The one thing I like is how it ended sort of lent into the idea of, and there's more, but we're not going to show you yet. So I don't know if they have confirmed this is a season 2. I found this on Netflix and didn't do any research into it. I was like, oh, this looks cool. And that's it. There's a lot of stuff in the like upcoming Netflix, which that's it. It looks cool. So I feel like there is going to be a season 2. And I am hoping there is. But I am excited based on like all of this had like this secretive like trying to go back home and like trying to find certain things, and I like it. And seeing what goes next is really interesting in my opinion. I do like this. I like the overall idea. I like the idea of like shape-shifting like humanoid as like people fighting each other. It's really fun. And how they do it is also fun. And I would think, like, I don't know where they're going to go with this, but it is, in my opinion, definitely going to go with somewhere really fun. And not in this season, I mean in the next season, like, seeing where it goes. But this is a fun season, and I definitely recommend. So I hope you enjoy, and good night.
See here, kids? Broccoli kills. I haven't. Okay, so that means I have an empty folder that if I want to. Okay. Because if I want to play, but not on stream, I can go here and create this. Okay, let me create an. Mad King. Can I put a space? Out of it more. Okay, I'm gonna try this one and see what happens here. Let's try here. Play. I'm here. Let's do this. Let's get ready, let's get ready, let's get ready to rumble. I don't know why I did that. I'm here. Let's carry on to the next one. Okay, so let's go on to this. Ready or not? What is this? Because this looks fun. Okay, this looks like something I might actually want to do with. Most likely I'll die though, so that doesn't matter. I've got other stuff available that I could die easily, like Bokchar Roulette. Let's go. Clear my track. I don't know why sometimes I hear, you know, sound like Express on the brain. I highly doubt it. Can I actually move? I don't know. I'm gonna die. When am I gonna die? I don't know. I think I'm gonna get jump scared. I don't know. It's so weird. It's blank. Oh, you're dead. Yeah, I know I'm dead. Check the vents. Okay, you're dead. I know I'm dead. Thank you. You probably texted that a while ago. But yeah. I don't have much left. I've only got 4 left. I've only got 4 on there. I don't know how I'm alive. How am I alive? Yeah. How am I alive? You did it. Oh, great. I did it. by a miracle, what the fuck? Maybe you could survive. Yes! Yes! I did a praise with the seat of my pants.
That's the one thing about me about doing reviews, is the problem is most of the stuff is just I'm fine with it, which doesn't do well as a review. Because the idea of it is that you're meant to sort of, it's sort of like trying to like create a way to like see So what are you gonna do over? Oh, that was the do-over that I needed. So yeah, this is sort of an interesting sort of show because the overall idea I like, but sort of like over and over again sort of repetitiveness of like that feeling of like doing it over and over again. I said this before, I think I reviewed the previous seasons and I love it. But overall, one thing that I do, and I will say, my shoulder, is with this, one of the things which I would say is interesting is the battle, because there is a war. It starts off peacefully, and I love that there's a 1 hour first episode, which I love. I didn't realize this until later, but like it's one of the most interesting things in my opinion. But it's one of the things that's fun, where you get this sort of like more drawn out, like, oh, what's actually happening, and it's fun because of that. I don't know, maybe there's a reason, but I just love it. I love that. I also didn't realize it kind of finished. That's why it's here and it's like, you kind of see this redo, because I'm like, oh, there's probably more episodes to this. And then I'm like, oh, no, never mind. I'm an idiot. But this is fun. The one thing I like, and I think it's going to be more to do with ReZero in the future, but something that I feel like is fun, is that looking into these people who are connected to the 7 deadly sins, because they brought them up of like the 3 witches of the 7 deadly sins, and now we have them again, and it's interesting to see, oh, what's actually going to happen, and having them as the main villain in this, I think is really interesting in that sort of idea, and seeing where that goes is fun as that main focus. I also like the idea that one of them has the thing with the hearts, and they had to do this smart tactic of killing, not really killing, but freezing their hearts enough that you could sort of like defeat him, and it's clever. So I definitely do recommend, and I do think this is really worth to watch. It is fun, definitely, through the redo mechanics. But I hope you enjoy, and good night. Welcome back. I didn't upload yesterday because it went late, and so I was just going to move it to today. So there's going to be 2 of you. But here is this. The adventurers who don't believe in humanity will save the world. I just like it because there's a lot of points that are like dark, but it's sort of like interesting. It's fun. I don't know, I just like this sort of series because he's had these sort of like characters, and I like the sword you can see for Swords and the Figs, so I'm including this, that sort of has this absolutely insanely awesome sort of ability, and how it is used with each one is so fun and it's so interesting. And how you slowly learn about each one of them in their own sort of separate bit is so fun. I do like the idea of like people who are used and then thrown away, people who are sort of like given a terrible hand and sort of feel sort of like I think there is a word. There's a word that just means it, and I know I'm gonna get so many comments on it, which is like you feel not connected to being human because everyone just uses and then throws you away. So why try? I know there is a word, but I forgot it, and I can't remember it. Which is the same thing. Anyway, and that's really cool. There's one character who isn't in the poster, which I'm not going to mention, but I'm going to mention him, but not who he is. But one character who comes in later is so fun and just so really just amazing and awesome. I don't know why, I just love the character. He's just sort of like a fun character, like dee. And it's absolutely fun and interesting to just watch this one character just. Again, I just like that character. I do like the story as you slowly build up, and it seemed like they're building up to something. Obviously, this kind of gives it away, but it's that sort of like slow build up that I feel like is just fun. It's just really good. I don't know why, but definitely go and watch this. Okay, that was actually bad. You're up. Do you know what this episode reminds me of? It reminds me of the episode where they have it in the video game where some of the levels is you defeat the dolphins. Oh, wait. Boom, 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 boom. A house. I have got it in a hat. Oh, yeah. Yep. Surprise, surprise. I could take an obvious answer for this one. Steel. Power. 3 coins. Start the match with 3 very fast work coins. Okay, okay. That's good. Challenges. Bear attacks 1. Bear attacks 2. She's Lady's Knife. Ooh. I'm actually interested. So you have the bears, which makes sense, which puts all the bears. You have pay attention, which I'm guessing is the ones you have to like focus on. Ladies' Nights, which are basically all the ladies. Creepy Crawlies, which sounds absolutely terrifying. Nightmare attacks. Fuck, that is definitely a nightmare. Add Mr. Hippo. Okay, I'll add Mr. Hippo. I need to figure out what he does. You have Springtrap.
I love it. Oh, legitimately a way that I wouldn't mind dying. Having something so chocolatey, I'd die. I would be like, so if Homer doesn't want it, can I have it? No? No? Aren't you sure that I can't have it? It's like, it will kill you. Your point is, can't I still have it?
So, this has been a while. So yeah, Netflix Marvel series. There's a couple more coming up soon, with the next sort of loop Disney Plus being the Defenders. Most likely going to be moved back through something else. That's besides the point. Actually, no, it won't. The other one will be moved back. Anyway, I've just distracted myself at this point. I like this series. I really do. I find it really fun and really interesting. And this is a lot different. So, before I say this, I am a person who I like the Marvel series that they have. I like it. I understand why people don't like it. I fully do. But comparing those to these, so I get why you don't like the Marvel. Like, this is really, like, not... There's certain versions, like Loki, brilliant, stand by it. Whereas, like, this and even the one that I have somewhat watched, somewhat not, besides the point, it's brutal, some of the fights. And when they get into it, it is really brutal. And I kind of like it because of that. That sort of brutal nature to it. That sort of like blood, in a way, that you can get of it. This is really violent. And I do like it. I am going to say that because I feel like that's needed. I think I said it in season 1, but I just want to say that. That is also to do with season as well. But the one thing I like about this is this has 2 things. You have the Punisher, his trial, and then you have this sort of like battle with the Hand. So, before I do this, I do know that this impacts the thing with the Defenders. And besides certain people who are brought up in that, which I can't mention because, one, I think there are other shows that happened before this, which weirdly enough is not on here. Like Luke Cage season 1, I don't know. This is very confusing. I have made this weird. Oh wait, no, yeah, there I found it. There's probably also... No, I'm missing one. Anyway, I can fix that later. But one of the things that I do like about this is sort of it setting it up with the hand, building it up, because this ends in a mysterious way that the Defenders picks back up. But I also like the idea with the trial with the Punisher. And that sort of like the breaking down of the main three, I think is really interesting. And how they sort of like split because of that. Which again impacts the Defenders, obviously. But there's one things that I really, absolutely think is really interesting overall. So yeah, I do think this is really good. And I do like the sort of Netflix series. I am starting to like it. Again, besides a couple of shows with certain things, definitely Jessica Jones a bit, like I said before, in Jessica Jones, and a bit in Luke Cage. Wow, that sounded like ages ago from now. Anyway, besides those, I haven't really watched much of these, and I just wanted to like Daredevil Born Again, which I'd like to point out I have already watched, and on the 29th I am going to review, meaning catching up with this became very contradictory because I've already finished Daredevil Born Again, and I don't know. I am mostly going to finish it because I mostly already watched it. Kind of, again, stupid reason aside, it is one of the things I find really fun. It is really entertaining, in my opinion. And I hope you enjoy, and good night.
What you mumbling about over there, boat boy? Saving you. Huh, well, be right back. Yeah, same. I don't know what to do. Well, that was a bit dramatic, but kind of cute.
Hi, I'm Frankie.
Jeez, you scared me.
Or Frankagelica for short.
I'm just gonna call you Frankie.
Okay, I was just born tonight.
Same here.
Wanna explore?
Yeah. Phew. Whoa, look at that hat.
It's kind of strange.
Yeah, I wonder why she's wearing it.
Wanna find out?
Wanna stop reading my mind?
Last one, there's a creeper butt.
Take the L, Luke.
See ya, nerd.
Hey, that's not fair.
Ah, it's beautiful.
Frankie, no! What does that girl know that we don't? Boat boy, what was he trying to tell me last night when I said...
Bendy's Roast. Yes, a thing that we need to be absolutely celebrating. The Bendy's store. Yeah, I constantly keep dying. Dolphins rule the world. Which I'm watching too many of. I'm literally up to season, like, actually no, there's not a lot. Ooh. I have done. I have completed my arc. Yes, it's all good in the world. I want to get the credit one, because if I get the credit card one, it allows me to go into debt. That means, yeah, I know, I won't be able to get interest, but I'm fine with that. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Ooh, death.
1-to-1. upgrade. Wait, no. Most likely I will start the next turn anyway, so if I just have you locked up, so all of these items will be spared if I just shoot you twice. So, doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, realistically that could have happened. Also so weird that I've got 2 blanks first shot and 2 fully rounded bullets in the second, then you're dead. Yeah, all of this gets wasted, but overall I think wasting it because Marge wins! Yes, Marge is now gambling, which is the weirdest thing in the world. Yep, these are gone. Okay, how many items do I get? Handcuffs, knife. Just 2? Oh, how many lives do I get at least? Oh, 3. Oh, thank you. 2 to 2. 1, 1, 1, 1. Where's Mr. Hippo? I need to figure out where. No, is he one of these? Mr. Hippo! Okay. Make the way towards your office using the air ducts. Okay. And he goes in the air ducts, and if you have to listen to a 10-minute speech. Yeah, I figured it out. I do know about the reputation. I've heard a couple because I'm a GT. I watch Game Theory a lot, so I know a lot about his thing. Let's see if I can do this. Because again, I'm just figuring out how this works. I don't want to go too hard. Also. Starting if we found in your country. Okay, then let's get code up. So I can increase that, and then let's get this to I think. Oh, shit. Okay. It's happened again! No! So I re-recorded because I accidentally did the spoiler part, but so this is mostly the same to the original Parent Trap, okay? Let's do the speed run. 3, 2, 1, go! So basically, they go, beat up, do this, do that. Actually, no, why am I doing that? That's a spoiler section. Da-da! This is why I re-recorded this section. But it is essentially the same movie. It is essentially not entirely the same, but mostly the same. Because it's the same story. Obviously. But because of that, besides a couple of details, it's mostly the same. Do I get this film more than the other? Yes. Because even though it's here, I'm a person who dealt with these types of landline, which they kind of have with that film. But where the other one has one of those like old-fashioned standing up. Yes, I'll speak into it like this. And there's a couple more things that are more old-fashioned, but that's more small fries. But still, the only things I can say in the non-spoiler section. The other thing is as such. The camping scene, and not the second camping scene, the original camping scene where they meet. I don't know why I hit it, this doesn't matter. It's not connected to anything right now. When they meet, that feels, keyword, feels like that is a little bit longer. While certain other scenes later, like the camping scene later, feels less. I also like the fact that you have, obviously on one side, also
one of the grandparents isn't there, which I find is interesting. Because in the original, it has an original line where it's like the grandmother's sort of like hovering. It's like, and the granddad's like, oh, let it go. They haven't had time for a while. Just let them be by themselves. So it was like, yeah, but I want to. It was like, that's her mother. Just let her have a moment. I'm putting my foot down. Which is the idea of like, she was sort of like, oh no, I want to be there. I want to be there. And it was like, nope, we're just going to let her be. Which is clever. I also like the idea that in this film, the nanny and the butler get together. That doesn't mean anything, I just find that adorable. But they slowly hint towards that and it's really fun. But yeah, I think this is good. Oh, it's good. Just as good as the other. Besides that one thing, there's nothing really better or worse. So I hope you enjoy and good night.
I think it's funny how people very rarely think about how close Spider-Man is at any time to being the scariest motherfucker alive. Not for lack of trying on Marvel's part, they have very well illustrated the fact that Spider-Man will fuck you up. Case in point, one of Spider-Man's very many clones is named Kane. Kane is a serial killer. He's also infamous for leaving a specific mark. That mark is putting his hand on your face, turning on his wall-sticking ability, and then ripping your fucking face off! When Doc Ock first took over Spider-Man's body in Superior Spider-Man, he accidentally punched off Scorpion's jaw because he didn't realize that Spider-Man constantly has to hold back his own strength. One of the coolest moments in Spider-Man history, which One More Day just fucking erased, was that after Peter found out that Kingpin was responsible for Aunt May getting shot, he rolled up and effortlessly kicked the shit out of him, just to prove that he could kill him at any time. Like, Peter Parker is just like one bad day away from just ending.
Okay, that was episode season 12 beginner. It started off with the Halloween episode. Okay, stop. Move. Back. Move forward. Say, move forward. Let me just try. I'm gonna throw a thing. Okay. Use. Ah, shoot! The wrong way round! Got rid of a queen! I need to get a queen. Okay, I'm immediately just lost. I've died. Win at least 5 different decks to unlock. Because you can still shoot me in one death at the moment, and I don't like that. Put him in handcuffs. Thank you. The third shell is live round. So it's a 50-50 with the other two. So I don't mind, because it should only be 1 blank and 3. Okay. Okay. What? Did I miscount? Oh, wait, no, there was only 1 live round. Absolute idiot. Oh, I miscounted. Like, that will cost me. That will cost me. Shoot me now. Shoot me now. Okay. Oh, shoot, that's bad. That's bad. Can I take you out? Can you leave? Go away. Go away. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. I'm dead. Someone spawned. Oh, you can't leave. Oh no! Does that mean I'm dead?
Darn, you never stood a chance.
Well, I know that now. Yeah, thank you. Jesus. Who was added? Withered. Okay, I didn't see Withered Bonnie. What does Withered Bonnie do? Okay, okay.
Yeah. And I lost.
Oh no, I was just thinking of writing something. I don't know what to write. I'm trying to think of the script. So having that darkness happen, this I think is a fun sort of show. I don't know if it's based on anything, because there's some shows, this sort of feels like it's, I don't know why, it felt like there was anime of it previously. I don't know why. Maybe I'm going crazy. I don't know why, but I do think it is good. I do sort of enjoy this. Sorry, I'm still transferring a clip. But I do think it's really good and really fun overall with what it does and what it is. I think it is creative and insane, but overall just amazing with what it is. So with this, one of the major things is the sort of Pavlovian dog and sort of like doing certain tricks to sort of try and make sure that I don't accidentally, but having these sort of things that makes like people who are less physically strong be able to overcome certain things by doing these sort of like mind games, which is fun, clever, and interesting. Of like, oh, how are they going to like outthink this? How are they going to outsolve this? A lot of it is dark and manipulation, including the thing that I hinted to at the beginning as a dark joke. It does have that sort of like... and Pavlovian's dog is an actual thing. I don't know if anyone knows too much about that. I love it. It's like learned helplessness, and it's really dark. But it's really interesting. But, yeah. I don't have much to say. This is fun. Go and watch it. That's really it. It is really fun. So I hope you enjoy, and good night.
get rid of a 4, get rid of a 9, get rid of a king. 3, 4. So, not. Ah. Never mind, I'll do that side of it. Oh. That is great. That did not help me.
Okay, so he's going to handcuff me because that's the best move. He's also going to use healing item. Very interesting. It wasn't a live round, so he's going to shoot me. Why randomize it and then look? Yeah. He's going to shoot me now, which is very close. Yeah, I bet he's going to take that. He's going to take one more health. Or get damage. He healed and then damaged himself. Okay, that's good for me. He's going to shoot me and I'm going to get damaged. But that means it is good because I feel like that will be is the last shout. Never mind. You can't see anything from me.
Do a 50-20. Oh, I will eventually do a 50-20. Eventually. The thing is, I don't know what I'm doing. So I just need to figure this out. He goes to your room. So I need to figure this out. To sort of like figure out the mechanics and such. Oh yeah, I know about the mask. So I know about a lot of things. So what I'm just doing is just figuring stuff out. Oops, shoot. And the idea is that thank you. Foxy, I just need to double check on you. How unfortunate. Uh-oh, thank you. Unfortunate. I know how much you love to fight, so I added you problem to your of horror, and I'm fine with that. It's like, why would you need to remember that? I was like, remember, you could die through this thing. It's like, what? Why would you say that? That sounds very stupid. Okay. Yeah, I like super speed. This is gonna be the first time I'm gonna have it on super speed.
I have no intros to this. I'll put this in because this is a wild thing. So, yeah. This is not going to be that long because besides one moment, which is a joke and isn't really spoilery for the content, but it's the only thing I can fit in the spoiler section. This could be even less than 2 minutes. This is good. It's a fun type of, like, one person who has, this, like, oh, everyone finds me, like, amazing, and one person doesn't. And it's fun because of that. And that's it. It is fun, and it is interesting. I don't know, it's just fun. The one thing that I do like about it, spoiler-wise, and I do find it hilarious, is there's a moment where it's like, oh no, I'm lost from the group. And then all of a sudden there's a crowd of people comes in. One person with a phone. drop some water. And then you have the other person, the two people, these two, this person, and then this person. Oh, why don't I call them? The same group comes. His phone. And like, well, isn't that coincidence? Yeah, it's just insane, and I just like that weird kind of cutaway joke, but I don't know. Again, I watched this because it looked insane, but overall it is fun. But overall, I don't have much to talk about it. I'm not really a person who likes romance. Besides really dark ones, and besides my constant gripes on, you know, the obvious one to be annoyed with, the obvious two franchises, romance-wise, to be annoyed with, which is, say it with me, Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey, for the respective reasons. And I don't need to tell you, a lot of people have already made that point absolutely clear. But overall, I can't say anything new. So I'm not. I can't add anything, so I'm just not. It is fun. That's it. Watch it. Can't say much else. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and good night.